Hi, and welcome back to Best Quotes. If you are listening to this on podcast, please do well to follow. And if you're on YouTube, please also consider subscribing. So, for this episode, we're talking about a quote. The quote says that for success, attitude is equally as important as ability. A lot of times, we've been talking about attitude for some times now on different episodes that I've done before. So a lot of times we focus much more on ability and we forget that attitude is also important. Just as every other thing comes with it, attitude is also one of those things that you have to actually give a lot of attention in order to make sure that you succeed or that you be termed as a successful person. Because if you have ability and you don't have a good attitude, it's going to affect you. Especially if you are selling something, if you are trying to sell something to people, if you are trying to market to people, and your attitude does not match what you are trying to do, or your attitude does not sit well with those you are marketing to, it's going to affect the way people will respond and engage with you. Because if you have a good attitude, it makes it easy for people to connect with you. It makes it easy for people to actually like you. And like I said in one of the posts, according to Brian Tracy, that people buy from people they like. People do businesses with people they like. So and that likeness comes from attitude. So if you have a good attitude, it's easy for people to connect with you. And people feel like they are connected with you in terms of the way you act, the way you behave, the way you speak, the way you carry yourself. It makes it easy for them to feel like, okay, I think I like this person. So they are going to engage and they are going to do business with you. Now, I know someone will say, okay, that there are some people that I know that have crappy attitude, but yet their business is doing well, they are still successful. How does that happen? Yes, those might be the outliers. I mean, like when they make rules, there are still some people that will go against that rule, but they will still get the same result. But that is going to be something that you have to be careful about, because if you sell a particular product or if you provide a service that is actually very, very necessary, that people don't really have a lot of options around it, they don't have a lot of alternative around it, then even if you have a crappy attitude, even though people don't like you, even though they don't like your orientation, the way you carry yourself, the way you speak, you are rude and all of that, but because they really need that thing, they might still patronize you. But don't get it wrong, if they have an option tomorrow, they are going to dump you. But as long as they don't have an option, you might come with a crappy attitude, you might behave the way you want, be messy, be rude. They will tolerate it because that is the only option that they can get. But if you are selling something, or if you provide a service that is optional, a service that is not compulsory, a service that is not that important, it's not an essential service, maybe a luxury item or something like that. If you provide that kind of service, a hospitality kind of service, it's going to be difficult for you to have a crappy attitude and still maintain success in that field. It's going to be very difficult. If you see someone that has achieved that, then kudos to that person. But a lot of times, you have to work on your attitude. You have to work on your behavior. You have to work on the way you carry yourself. The poise, people actually look at that. People actually engage with that. So if people don't think you are good, if people don't think you are, respectful, people think you are rude, people think you have ego, all this kind of thing that you can classify with someone that you don't like the attitude, it's going to make it difficult for them to connect with you, and it's going to make it difficult for them to do business with you. And if they can't do business with you, it is also going to make it difficult for them to refer you to someone else. And like we know, word of mouth, referral, is still one of the best marketing tactics that you can ever have in your business. No matter how much ad you run, if you have people referring people to your business, if you have people recommending your business to other people, that is going to be like a life-changing opportunity for you, because your business is going to blow up, it's going to scale, even without you wasting a lot of money on ads. But if you don't have a good attitude from the get-go, people don't like you already, how do you think they're going to refer you to others? They are not going to. And even if someone asks them about your business, they're going to say, yeah, well, yes, I use the service, but I don't really like it. So if you have an option, go for it. So unless you don't have an option, and like I said before, unless you are providing an essential service, unless you are providing a service or a product that does not have alternative, or the alternative is way more expensive, then that is when people will tolerate a crappy attitude from anybody. So that is why this quote is actually important. It makes a lot of sense when you think about it that way, that yes, you might have the ability, you might have the skill, you might be talented, but if you don't have that attitude, if you don't have that good poise, you don't have that good disposition, it is still going to make it difficult for you. So that is what I think. We see them always. People, maybe a store owner, you go to buy something, the way they behave, they don't attend to you very well. You go to a restaurant, they don't attend to you very well. But around that neighborhood, maybe that is the only place you can go to. Or maybe they have a good food, but the waiters, they are not well trained. You don't like it, but you just have to go eat there because you have to eat. Maybe that's the only restaurant around you. So you have to accept that for the meantime. But if you have an alternative tomorrow, I guarantee you're going to dump that one. I guarantee you're going to go for the next best one, because people want to be treated right. People want to be respected, even though you don't even like them, but you show them that you respect them, or at least you even act like you respect them and they feel it. They assume the way they see you, the way you attend to them, the way you speak to them, the way you converse with them, you make it look as if you respect them. You make it look as if, yes, they are of importance. People actually like it because people connect with energy. Like I've said in one of the other posts, people connect with energy, and that energy is the borderline on attitude. If you have a good attitude, you're going to be smiling, you're going to be courteous, you're going to be respectful, you're going to appear in a way that people will feel comfortable around you. And when they feel comfortable around you, a lot of things can happen. They can do business with you. They can refer you to others. They can engage with you in different ways that you might not even think of at the moment, because the way they connect with you, because of the way they see you. So if your business is struggling anyway, I think you should be asking yourself, if you have the right attitude, if your attitude is matching your skills, if your attitude is matching your abilities, if your business is struggling, maybe that is an angle you should look at. If you have been spending money on different things, maybe on ad, doing influencer marketing and everything, and the business is still not blowing up, I think you should check out either you directly or those that are working for you. Maybe if you have sales rep, if you have those that are working for you, you should actually train them, talk to them about that, so that they will understand that it affects the business. Because especially workers, sometimes they don't really, just give me your money and let me go. They don't really care much about the business. And sometimes you might not blame them. It's not their business. They're just working. But then they have to be trained to know that, okay, if the business is doing well, it is also going to trickle down on their own allowance. It's going to trickle down on their own bonuses. And for that reason, they should actually act right. So when a customer is around, or when they are acting to customers, they have to be conscious of that and give them the best attitude possible that they can provide. And that is going to help the business grow. And of course, also help the relationship grow. So that's what I got on this post, guys. Let me know if you have a different opinion or whatever thing you think about this. Let me know in the comment section if you are watching this on YouTube, and I really, really appreciate you. And please do subscribe. And if you are on podcast, please follow so that you can get regular when I drop them. Thank you, guys, and thank you.